Joel, well, here we are. We've got the fire in Babylon telling us the story of actually what it was like. You were there. What are your memories, your first memories of being part of this amazing story, if you like?
First memories would have been the first test match, and that started in 1977. A little bit fortunate, I would say it was a little bit fortunate. Made the team through injuries, and it was a great feeling. And you always waited for the opportunity to perform, and the opportunity came along, and you grabbed it with both hands. I think that's about the best memory that I can remember. Just actually making the team and making the squad. As you kept playing, and you kept being in the limelight and kept being in the whole mix of things, it was a good feeling, because the friendships that we had, or the friendships that were forged all during those years, are lasting friendships. Not only because we played well, but I think that as a result of playing together and being together, most of the fellas have remained very good friends even after the playing days.
As you mentioned there, starting your career, the start of many players' careers, and what was to become an amazing cricket team over the years. And of course, that is, I guess, every child's dream is to play for their country, and uniquely the West Indies under one banner just for cricket.
Well, yeah. Well, if you know, the West Indies is made of about 18 different islands spread over 1,500 miles and a lot of water between them. So, just coming together as a group of people representing the region was great. There are a lot of benefits associated with the cricket, economic benefits. We're a tourist destination, and people come to watch the game. So, for us, bringing or putting those islands in the limelight, or putting the region in the limelight, was more important than anything else.
Now, we know that we've heard that Clive Lloyd obviously decided that it was a bit unfair to be on the receiving end of some very hard cricket, and so you were part of the 4 to 6 bowlers that sort of brought it all back, and sort of trying to even the playing fields, if you like. It kind of gave you an important role to play there, to give the batsmen some runs, if you like, also take some wickets.
Well, I don't think that anybody gives you anything for you get something for nothing, if you want to put it that way. And I think that our experiences in Australia in 75, 76 were more or less not very good experiences. It taught us how ruthless you could be on a cricket field, or taught our players at that time, because they were on the receiving end of it. So, just being around and watching and hearing the stories was also an incentive or motivator to go out and do what you're supposed to do, and that is to play cricket, play hard. I think at the end of the day, we played hard, but we still enjoyed it.
It's definitely been something that we've seen players playing with a smile on their face. Hopefully more smiles to come. Obviously in more recent times, the fortunes have sort of ebbed and flowed, really. Maybe this film can inspire some better times for West Indies cricket.
We're hoping that all of the players who would want to play for the West Indies will go out and watch the film and see what it is to want to win and want to play and want to do well for the region. Like everything else, life is one big cycle, and we had our time. And it's now in India's time to be number one. Australia were there for a long time, and the competition is growing. I think the future of West Indies cricket, we have in the last 3-4 years looked at, developed more so than just papering over the cracks. And I think that if we can continue to develop in the next 2-3 years, we should have a good enough squad that will be competitive with the rest of the world.
You had a fantastic career and took a lot of wickets in your time. If there was one game that you thought was the best game you ever played cricket in, is there one that springs to mind?
Not necessarily for wickets. Like 2 games, I would say that 2 games I can refer to without any sort of hesitation. 1979-80, I think that was the time we went to Australia without the cup. Australia were leading the series 1-0. And we didn't have the trophy to present to them, and there were about 300 and somebody for 2 with 1 day to go, and it would have been embarrassing to have gone to Australia and left the cup at home. But the night before, the skipper had a very harsh meeting with some of the players, and he was looking at the performances, and the next day we just went out and bowled Australia out in about a session. We had about 180 or so to win. in about 40 hours or so. We wanted to tie the series. The next time would have been playing at Leeds with Marshall, as we call him the one-arm bandit with a broken hand. I think that was also another. I bowled from the other end, and I got the 1 wicket. He got the 9 wickets, and it was like it's just as good as if I had gotten the 9 wickets and he had the 1. So, those are games that you look at where you enjoy the moment and enjoy what is happening.
Just to finish off with, yourself and Malcolm played a lot of county cricket in England. How did that sort of benefit, would you say, your development as young cricketers?
I think that the county cricket made us professional. At that time, you played the game, you finish at 6:15, 6:30 in the evening. You traveled 200 miles up the road, and you drove you and one of your teammates or 2 of your teammates. And at that point, you had to be. You became very mature and you grew up very quickly because you understood the seriousness of life and what was happening. And then you moved 3 days later for a 1-day game. I think that part of it, not the cricketing side of it, the other side that had to go with the safety and the security of you and your teammates and all that, I think that made us a lot more mature. And you grew up and you appreciated not only the playing, but the things that happened while you were playing.
Great stuff. Listen, thank you very much for your time, and wish you well.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Brilliant.